Hello and welcome everyone to round 3 Race Department's Formula FG Championship Season 4, and we're live here from Istanbul, Turkey for the Turkish Grand Prix, returned after a season break. Effectively didn't get used last season, and as mentioned in the qualifying report, the times that we've seen today just absolutely astounding. In particular, practice 2, Nathan Korns into the 1:29 29s. We couldn't get anyone under, I think, 1:30.2 or 1:30.3 or something in season 2, and that was round 4, so it was also an extra round later. You know, the cars are a little bit more developed. Here we are in round 3, and Korns just pulls out 1:29. Okay. As it was, when it came to qualifying, he was not able to replicate that speed. It was Tapio Rinjaho picking up his second straight pole position. He won, of course, last time out in Sepang. Nathan Korns just 24 thousandths of a second behind in second place. James McNamara 29 thousandths. So the top 3 within 300ths of a second. Pablo Deal 500ths behind. Rui Martins 52 thousandths. Manolis Sigalakis 58 thousandths. So the top 6 were all within 600ths of a second, I should say. And then, you know, you find Omar Saeed at, you know, 116 hundredths behind effectively. That's for 7th place. Generally, that would get you about 4th or 5th. Yeah, you can feel a little bit hard done by. So yes, basically, Rinjaho, Korns, McNamara, Deal, Martins, Sigalakis is your top 6. Saeed, Rautavara, Utsa, and Kedera is the rest of the top 10. Kedera finally making it there after not quite making it the last few times. Behind that, you can't really discount. Oh well, Noak in 11th. The DCT is shown to have some really good speed. He had some good speed as well last race. Both black boxes, 14th and 15th. You never quite know what's going to turn up there. Entech won here in season 2, so they might have speed again today. 16th and 18th. Probably not going to get top 5, but I think points are possible. Donald Brugman, watch out for him, 17th place. I reckon top 5 is a possibility if things fall his way. He could get top 5. I would fancy him as being an odds-on favourite for points almost. Matteo Heymans, 19th. Not what we expect to see from him that far down, but we'll see if he can continue getting 5th place. See if Rautavara can continue getting 4th. And that's basically about it. That's all of my little dark horses, the cars that I'm looking out for in this race. With that, we'll head straight over to the grid then for the Turkish Grand Prix. And so here we are. Got a weird one. We're looking from the effectively from the final corner. On board then with Rinjaho from the start line. We're up to 5 lights then, and here we go. The Turkish Grand Prix is underway. Here from the front. Seems like it's a good start there from McNamara on the second row. He slows down a little bit. Korns has fallen back. Rinjaho continues to hold, and he will lead the Grand Prix then. McNamara into second. Deal into third, looking fast. The Raven Wests are there. Korns alongside Martins. Utsa taking advantage as he goes up the inside there in the Razor. Sigalakis, Saeed, Rautavara, Kedera. Noakes, Mishra there going onto the grass, going very wide at that corner. Keranen going to go past. Jednak looking to as well. I think he might have, as has Goddard, as has Sharp. So Mishra falling back in the pack already. And Rinjaho here under a lot of pressure from McNamara. Just 0.2 of a second as they come down towards the chicane. Rinho able to hold position. Looked a bit dicey in there, but he's able to do so. Now, go through this fantastic kink of a corner. Can't remember exactly which one it's called, but down to the hairpin. Oh, jostling in the pack. Cadera here in 9th. Just behind, I'm imagining that's Saeed and Martins then. Lots of movement happening in the field. Keranen and Jednak. Harvey there having a look at Mishra. Reed nearly going into the back of him. And as Cadera had moved past Rautavaara. And so there we are, first couple of laps, and it's still McNamara all over the back of Rinho. Deal just falling off a little bit there. On board then with the Finn. McNamara looking. Can't find a way past. There are lots of opportunities at this track. There's some good straights and some fast corners. Some slow ones as well. So there should be good opportunity for overtaking. It's going to be all about big defense. So McNamara can't find a way through. Rinho very forceful with the defense. But he keeps the Australian behind. And now Deal's probably going to be close enough here to have a look at McNamara down into the hairpin. They come through. Deal moving past now. He'll look to the outside. Brakes a little bit early. Realizes that there's no way through. So status quo remains. But you can just see they were catching up to Rinho through those corners a little bit there. He had himself a decent gap, but that evaporated pretty quickly. Nathan Corns, fastest lap of the race. 1:31.6. Nowhere near his 1:29.89, but there's time for that. Cadera having to be a little bit defensive there. I think it's Rautavaara right in behind him. Indeed, Rautavaara on the outside there. Oh, I think was there a touch there? Rautavaara's just gone spearing off the circuit. On board here on the apex. Actually, we won't do that. We'll have a look. So they come down. Does get into the back of Cadera. Cadera's fine, and Rautavaara's just cars a little bit all over the place. I wonder if maybe a suspension problem. Oh, and he comes back onto the track and just collects the other JHR, so not a great corner for him, and he must be hating the sight of that purple and white cars. So now right behind Lasky, he's got Reed. That's a dangerous position for Rautavaara. Those are not slow cars, and those drivers are, you know, playing for sheep stations down here. Lasky has to give up the position though, couldn't find a way past Heymans. Deal, however, is past McNamara. Have a quick look at this down the straight. He gets down the inside this time, and it's just a textbook move. Great stuff by the Brazilian then. Puts McNamara under a little bit of pressure. Corns is caught up to this. Utz is not too far away either. So we've currently got a Falcon 1-2. We did have Raven West 1-2 briefly at the Australian Grand Prix. I think we may have had Falcon 1-2 last round, briefly as well. But they are running in formation. We'll see what they can do. Rugman here, having a look at Sharp. They moved up a couple of positions, the both of them. Rautavaara no doubt helping as well. The tricky turn 8. Fantastic corner. I think just by looking at it, I would be expecting it's probably a two-stop race for the majority of people. There might be some people trying a one-stop. The black boxes here, Jednak and Goddard. Also Brugman there down the inside of Sharp. I missed if there was actually any movement. Or Brugman, got to be careful there. Harvey's right on the back of him. Berner wants a piece of it as well. Brugman now down the outside. He was actually well up alongside Sharp. It looked almost as if Sharp was making the overtake on the Dutchman. Rinho, fastest lap of the race. Starting to pull away a little bit from the front. And if anything, McNamara pulling away there from Korn, so the top three has the speed today, by the looks of it. Indeed, Korn's just falling off a little bit there, but at this point in time, it's going to be tricky for Raven West to do anything. Oh, just look at the speed at which McNamara is closing that gap through turn 8. 2KF1 quite planted through there. Now we'll look to the inside. So close to the back of that Falcon. Somehow they don't touch. It's very easy to do there. He's falling into a trap where he gets really close to going into the chicane, and he loses the position. He loses ground leading into the straight. As I think Sharp was pushed through there. We are on board with him. As I expect someone to be rather close. Not quite. Brugman is there, but not close enough to make a move. Harvey, Berner, Mishra, as Heymans, Ratavara, Lasky and Reed currently at the back of the pack. Back towards the front here, McNamara, still behind Deal. 2KF1 does seem pretty decent through the corners, but I think the Falcon in certain points of the track. Brugman there around the outside, meanwhile. Oh, he's so close there, but he may have done himself a disfavor. That's not right. Didn't help himself out there at all. As back to Rinho, Deal has fallen into the clutches a little bit of McNamara, and actually not quite. It's close though, and McNamara might be able to take advantage of this. If he can get through the chicane well enough, he might be close enough for a move down the straight. Mishra, oh, this is going to be a long race for him. Oh, so too, Rautavaara. Mishra goes off and Rautavaara just follows him. Have a look on board. Maybe something on the road there. Oh, just narrowly misses Lasky. Might be something on the road down there indeed. Two drivers just going off at the same point. We've got a yellow flag. As Lasky and, by the looks of it, Heymans maybe had a collision. Heymans not exactly moving quickly after turn 8. Yep, he's slid off. Reed's going to come through and he'll pick up 2 positions. Effectively, he's picked up 4 positions through all that, so Reed doesn't really mind. He'll accept that. He is a long way behind Berner though, 6.4 seconds. It's going to be a long race. He's going to have to catch that up. McNamara, fastest lap, meanwhile. Just leaving Nathan Corns behind a little bit. It's a second gap. Here is Nowak inside the top 10 for DCT then. Just pressuring Saeed a little bit. Is of course Saeed's home race. We'll see what he can do. Must be a menacing sight to see something so wide and so bright, effectively, with that orange wing coming straight at him. He's close there, McNamara. Oh, Martin's in a bit of strife. Oh, he's held it together somehow through there. That's not going to help him, though. Saeed's right onto the back of him. He'll have a look down the inside. Will he be able to get it done under brakes? Ooh, not quite. He may have left room there for Nowak, but in fact he didn't, and that might be for Kadera what he needs. Up the inside at the kink. Can't quite get it done. He's still quite close to the Australian. Brugman got past Sharp then. Kadera down the inside of Josh Nowak. And he will get it done. So the German moves up into 9th place then. He's behind Saeed and Martins. All of that started with Martins turn 8 getting out of shape. I'd be surprised, but I'm not. McNamara loses ground there to Deal. Rinyaho, meanwhile, he's just controlling the race, controlling the pace at the moment. Nothing too outlandish. His teammate is preoccupied with McNamara, so he's just going to make sure that he holds position. Korn's doing well to keep up, but it's not necessarily speed, it's just that he's making use of the fact that McNamara and Deal keep coming closer together, slowing each other up. Utsa does seem to be holding on for dear life, and Sigalakis doesn't seem to be all there at the moment. And that's no offense to him, the pace isn't quite there. He might be going a bit longer on fuel. I think he might be in fact. On board there with McNamara. Here's Mishra then, quite a long way behind, 8 seconds behind Ratavar, so not sure if he's had another mistake or he just took that long to get moving, but he's a long way behind and it's going to be really hard for him today to get anywhere. McNamara, another fastest lap of the race, as he closes in on Deal once more. As we just cycle back through the field. Reed already making up that gap to Stefan Berner. 6.4 when he got into 18th place, and it's down to 3.4. Berner just losing touch. Sharp's been overtaken by Harvey as well, so the Entech's not really looking too crash hot at the moment here. They do seem to be going a little bit further than some other teams. We are seeing a lot of teams splitting strategies. Nowak here going relatively light. Martin's going longer as well. So all of a sudden it sort of makes sense why some cars are doing extremely well, especially compared to their teammates. Rinyaho seems to be in the weird position there. Oh, Kadera. Something's happened here down into the chicane. It's him and Nowak. DCT driver there. Gonna have a look down the inside. No, he just sort of runs Kadera out of room there. Cheeky move there by Nowak. As Kadera is in a bit of strife. He has Keranen right behind. Forces Keranen to the outside. Keranen then actually ducks back to the inside. Decides better of it. Does not go for the dive. As Jednak has Brugman all over the back of him. Already up to 14th. The Dutchman utilising the speed in that Jaws. The Audi engine working well, it seems. Also lighter fueled, so he is trying to maximise what he's got right now. McNamara right behind Deal yet again. Can't find a way past at the moment. These two seem that they are stuck with each other on strategy. And that could be quite interesting come later in the race, depending if one of them takes a bit more fuel than the other. Should they be running exactly the same strategy, same pit times, things like that, then deal is looking good. But McNamara here having a look down the inside, not going to get close enough. We'll have to leave that one be, but he's closer than ever, I fancy, to Deal. So they come towards the straight. Been able to actually hold a decent position through the chicane, but I'll take that back. It's the closest he's been, but he's still not close enough. Korn's still lurking. Utsa's there as well. Brugman, meanwhile, he's fallen off the back of Jednak, and he's got Harvey all over the back of him. It might have been a botched overtake on the Serbian. Harvey, though, really close to the back of him. So far, a good showing from DTK. Reed up a couple of positions, Harvey up quite a few as well. It's what they need as a team to continue their development. Jednak under pressure again from Brugman. The difference in fuel loads definitely making a very interesting moment as you have people trying to get past each other. You know, there are some cars that are fueled a little bit more than others, and problems stemming from that. You know, we've got Brugman here. He's got quite a lot less than Jednak ahead, but Jednak's got just enough that it's not a problem. Oh, here we go. McNamara around the outside of the second part of the chicane. He gets the move done on Deal. Corns now is in the mix as well. What's going to happen here? Is Deal going to try to get the overtake, or is he going to go defensive? Oh, it was almost 3 wide. It was a spooky one. Right, we'll go back. We'll have a little... Whoop, we'll go forwards, rather. Have a look at this one. So Deal and McNamara. McNamara dives down the inside here. And Deal just isn't able to get out of the corner well enough. McNamara holds it. Holds his line around the outside there. Picks up the position. It was a good move there by the Australian. He does hold second. It's now 2.1 seconds to Rinyaho. They really did trip over each other going through those corners. What can McNamara do, though? He's got himself the clear air. He needs to catch up to Rinyaho. He needs to catch up quickly. He's already caught up a 10th in that final sector. He's just pulling away from Deal, who has to worry about corns a little bit. And Sigalakis is in 5th because Utz is into the lane, as is Noak. So the pit stops beginning in earnest here. For Utsa, that's going to be a weird one for him. He's gone from 5th and he's going to be dead last by the looks of it. Or maybe not quite. No, he should just get out ahead of Mishra. Actually comfortably ahead, if I do say so myself. Now we're hopping out there as well. He will be in 22nd from 9th. As down the inside there, Corns forced Deal to go very wide there. That's actually the chicane. That's not even the hairpin. Corns looking menacing then. The defending champ closes up on the Falcon driver. He looks to the outside. We've got a yellow flag. It's Keranen that's gone around here at the chicane. He has Goddard right behind. Goddard going to have a look down the inside. Oh, locked the rears by the looks, Keranen. So a mistake there from the Australian. It's not been a good time for him. We look back down towards the front. Corns was not able to get the move done. Still we have yellow. I think that was just a second spin. Martins and Saeed. Nobody moving just yet in terms of pits. There's Goddard. Oh, here we go. Brugman is in. That's going to put him a while behind. Rinho now, he is losing time to McNamara. Harvey here in 11th place. Karinen's gone back on the track in 18th after all of that, so he's just ahead of his teammate who's already made a pit. Mishra now. We'll go back to Deal. You can see McNamara's just pulled away with ease. 2.1 seconds ahead. Here's Harvey having a look down the inside of Jednak. Gets close, can't quite get it done. Got to be careful, don't want to do that too much. Rob Sharp will get in on that battle. Saeed having a look all over the back of Martins. No doubt thrilling the crowd as he ducks and weaves, looking for the passing opportunity. Talking about looking for the passing opportunity, McNamara no doubt probably thinking a couple of laps ahead. Oh, actually he's in this lap, so what does that mean for the lead of the race? I wonder if he's... might be an undercut as Harvey's into the lane. I think he's the only one at the moment. We'll go back towards the front. Find McNamara, he's pitting. Rinho isn't, so it's Deal coming in this lap. They might be trying to see if they can get him back out ahead.
Pit at the end of this lap.
There is confirmation. McNamara though, he's looking fast. This could mean an undercut for the 2KF1 driver. They've got to be careful though. If they put him out, if he comes out in the wrong spot, it's going to be crucial. It could be game changing. If he comes out in the middle of a battle, he might not find that he can utilize his speed and he won't get the undercut done. As there we go, he comes in now. Deal. Corns is going to go past. As will Sigalaka. So we've got a change towards the front. Corns now into second place. He is trailing 4.3 seconds behind behind Rinyaho rather. Anybody else following in? So far not. Most drivers holding positions. So that is that. It's including Rinyaho. He'll be going a couple extra laps. Corns though, he'll be coming in at the end of this one. So then, they should have popped out by now. McNamara has actually found himself in a really good position. He's got time ahead of him and he hasn't got somebody right on the back of him either. That's Rautavaara and Lasky behind there, just about a second behind. Deal doesn't quite have not as much room ahead of him. He will catch up to this battle. Rautavaara will be pitting at the end of this lap, but Lasky's going a few more. And once again, you can see that fuel differential coming into account here. Rautavaara just can't find a way past at the moment. He'll have a look down the inside. Can't get it done. Lasky defenders. So with all this, we've got different cars in different positions. Goddard is coming in this lap. Saeed's still on the back of Martins. As Corns has come in there, he's in there right now. It's going to look weird on the lap chart to see people going everywhere, but it's just how it is. Martins then in third place at the moment, still holding Saeed behind. Cadero running in fifth, Jednak in sixth, Sharp chasing him down. Stefan Berner, Aaron Reed into ninth, and Matteo Heymans into 10th, and there's McNamara. He'll be pitting again later this race. I haven't looked too much at that to see if anyone's going to be trying for the one stop. I don't think so. Corns here has popped back out. He is well behind Deal. Still holding a comfortable gap to Ben Utzer, however. Now Goddard, he's pitted. So is Brugman. So these guys are fighting for position, and they go every which way. But Brugman will get the pass done on the Argentinian. So he moves up a place. Noack was 9th off the top of my head. So keep that in mind, because Brugman is effectively, I mean, there is a gap between them, but he's effectively running in about 11th at the moment. Now then, Cadera coming out of the lane. Noack looking to go past. I think he may have. So Cadera pops out in front of Brugman. As there is, of course, movement all over the field. Rinyaho, he's about to pop in. So this is important. What will it do to the lead of the race? Tapio Rinyaho coming in this lap. Sigalakis is going to go past, so he will lead a lap. Saeed follows him in. Yednak will go past. Here comes Burner. Here's McNamara. He's already onto the main straight. Rinyaho's out of the pit. Across the line. Into the first corner is McNamara. Where is Rinyaho? He's through. So McNamara is effectively into the lead of this race then. Nathan Corn's fastest lap. But McNamara, the undercut has worked there for 2KF1. They are going to be pitting quite a lot earlier than Rinyaho though. They're going to be going a much longer on their final stint. A lot of other teams looking like they're opting for a bit of a splash and dash towards the end. We'll also see, where is Sigalakis going to come out? He's obviously gone longer than some of the other guys. See how much fuel gets put into that car, as this will almost cleanse the field, I do believe. I think everyone will have taken a pit stop by now. McNamara leading. So in comes Yednak. Martin's already into the pit lane. Sigalakis yet to reach the box. It's a telling sign. McNamara's pretty much already gone past them. Comes Deal. No, Sigalakis is around there somewhere. So Deal gets through. Sigalakis going to come out right in front of Nathan Corns. What can Corns do? He's going to have a look around the outside here. Sigalakis defends. Fresh tyres versus warm tyres. But Sigalakis already putting the foot down and getting speed out of that 2KF1 car. He is fueled very lightly. He's actually got less fuel than even Deal ahead of him. So a very short stop there by 2KF1. They're trying to get Deal out as quickly as possible. Sorry, Sigalakis out as quickly as possible to probably get ahead of Deal. is what I was trying to say. It definitely has gotten him ahead of Nathan Korn. So if he can catch up to Deal, if he can make a pass, which isn't as easy as it sounds, but if they can pull away from Korns, that could bode well, as we have a yellow flag, and it's Urjit Mishra. It's just not been a good day for him. It's an engine problem. Mugen Honda engine. Giving up the ghost then. Ends the race in the turn 1 gravel trap. So then McNamara leading from Rinyaho by 1.5 seconds. Rinyaho not giving up on it just yet. He'll have a really short stop next. Splash and dash for fuel, fresh tyres. He'll be fast. Oh, hang on, Korns. There's something coming out of the back of that car. Seems that it's an engine problem as well for him. So it's not the same supplier. Honda is not Mugen Honda, but well, they must be talking to each other and got similar sort of parts, because here's another engine that's failing. He's quickly falling behind. What was looking like another strong showing from Korns, it's quickly deflating. Car's not giving up just yet. It's still going. But there's flames now, and that will be the end of it. 2 engine failures in 2 races for Raven West. As here comes Utsa. Korns lets them through. That's actually a smart decision. That could have just helped Rui Martins get a place here. He's down the inside, so a burning engine in one car has translated to an overtake for the second car, but you don't want to see your car on fire. That's just the long and short of it. Nowak then moves up into 7th. Kadera is into 8th. Saeed is in 9th then. Brugman into the top 10. He doesn't seem to be catching those in front of him at quite the same pace as he was before, but he's still ahead of Goddard. Jednak in 12th. Harvey's there in 13th. He has Werner bearing down on him in the green submarine. Rob Sharp backing him up. There's Reed in 16th. Heymans, rather. He is in 17th. Rautavaara in 18th. Lasky in 19th. Keranen is in 20th, and that is all the cars on the track. With that, we will take our one and only break then. We leave the race at the end of lap 21. James McNamara holding the lead from Tapio Rinyaho and Pablo Deal, as we have a yellow flag on the circuit as Josh Nowak has gone around. So the last thing we see, it's Kadera having a look down the inside here in the JHR, and another case of locking the rear brakes. Nowak goes around. Saeed moves away slowly and has probably allowed Brugman to get close to him. So that's Nowak. Brugman going to have a look on the hometown boy. I'm not sure about that, but it's his home race, that's for sure. He will hold his position. So with that, we will take our break. Do hope that you can join us right after this.